Hey, this is Pat from Grinspoon, and may the rock be with you. Yeah.
Hey Pat, welcome back to May the Rock Be With You, mate. It's been about 6 years since we last chatted.
How's it?
Yeah, and before that was another seven before that. It's ridiculous.
What were we talking about 6 years ago? The Guide to Better Living tour? No.
Chemical
Chemical
Hearts.
Hearts. Chemical Hearts, 2019.
Yeah, yeah. Before that was
That
Black
doesn't feel
Rabbits. Crazy.
doesn't feel like 6 years ago, mate.
No, well, we're going to get to a little bit of a more anniversary after that in a minute. But how the last 6 years been for you?
Pretty good. Well, after Chemical Hearts tour, we did. What did we do after that one? We did activating our back catalogue, and they say in the biz. So we did, I think we did Easy Detention
Mhm.
after that. And then we've done a couple. We did obviously Spring Loaded. We've done that tour with Friends of Rom. That was a bit of a 90s, early 2000s package tour.
Yep.
And then obviously we did a new album, Whatever, Whatever.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Yeah.
And then after that, we did a monster tour of that. And then we've just kind of come off the back of Lookout Festival with Jet.
hmm
And now I'm having a bit of a break.
Yeah. Just before you do the 30 years of Grinspoon birthday bonanza, which is
Well,
insane to think about.
really, I know. I mean, we couldn't let it pass, really,
No.
that the fact that the band was 30 years old. So we just felt like it would be good to do something to celebrate. I don't know. I mean, it seems to be celebrations these days. It's like you
Yeah,
make it. We've made
why
it.
not?
We've got to cross
But
the line.
you headed out for a few shows across countries. After 30 years, though, does it become harder to shape a set list, especially for a tour of this nature?
This time it's actually probably going to be reasonably easy, only because when you think about, okay, we're celebrating 30 years of the band.
Mm.
What have we done over those 30 years? Well, we've released 8 albums. So I mean, at this stage, we don't, hasn't been definitively decided what we're going to do. But we're thinking it's obviously going to be a longer show than
Mm.
what probably people are used to with us, and we're going to delve into probably most of the singles, but some cuts off those albums. So we want to represent, I think, each release that we've done over that time. We probably couldn't do every EP,
Yeah.
but maybe each full length release will try and represent that in the best way that it possibly can. And that might not necessarily be singles. It could be album cuts, or we might even take it to the people and say, "What do you want to hear?"
Oh,
You
nice.
know.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
always fun
which
to
I think
do.
is good, which is good. I
Yeah.
mean, she had did it recently, and they did it they'd play one album at one particular show, and then a slash of the hits. I don't know if we're going to go down that road. That sounds like way too much work.
Yeah.
Um,
Relearning all the old songs.
yeah, I mean, we're going to have to do that anyway, but I don't want to really learn a whole album, like
Oh,
really, you
excellent.
know.
Yeah, but you're
So yeah,
also,
that's
sorry, you go.
no, I was saying that that's kind of that's the basis of what we're thinking we may do.
Okay. Well, also, it's only one Sydney show, and it's a special one at the night on the Barracks as well in Manly. So
It
you're going to
is.
go on the ferry over to Manly, but having one Sydney show for this run, is that something you specifically did, or are you thinking of more later on?
Well, it's a great show, the night
Mm.
at the Barracks. It's really, it's an amazing event. It's something we've never done before.
Yeah, cool.
You know, when activating our back catalogue, we've done the Enmores, Hortons, we've done all the venues. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Barracks is a big venue. You know what I mean? We could cover a couple of big shows in the one spot, and just something different for our fans, like
Yeah.
outdoors. Yeah, I think it's got a great vibe. You know what I mean? And it's almost like a festival. You know, we wanted it to be a celebration in a way. So going back and doing maybe couple of Enmores or doing something like that might not have felt as special. You know what I mean? I
That's
think
cool.
at this stage of our career, it's hard not to go over old ground because we've been around for a long time.
Yeah.
So having the opportunity to do something that we've never done before, we have to do that.
I'm here for it. I'll be on the ferry. I'll be over there, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, excellent. Oh, I've got loads of friends coming down from up here. They've booked into the Manly Pacific. You know, they're going to go to the Stain. They're going to make a total night of it. Probably get arrested.
Hey, why not? Now, your
Yeah.
live show's always been fun. It's always been a great spectacle to see you up on stage. Now, obviously, we get to see you doing it, but from your perspective after 30 years, what's your favorite thing to see looking at us from the stage?
Oh, lots of smiling faces. And to be honest with you, we're blessed at this stage of our career where our audience has grown with us.
Mm.
We've still got lots of kind of Gen Zs and younger coming to our shows who are the
Yeah.
children of our original Gen X fans. Um, sorry. But yeah, I think, the sense of like gratitude that we seem to be getting from our fans these days is the most welcoming for us. You know what I mean? I mean, we're so lucky, man. Like we've been doing this a long time and we're still selling out shows. We've got still people coming along and enjoying it and indulging in a bit of nostalgia as well as and hopefully indulging in some good music. Like we take our job pretty seriously these days. It's not hit or miss anymore, is what it used to be, a little bit hit or miss. We were young. We weren't really sure of how we were supposed to approach things. But I think we've got a much more mature outlook on people spending money to come in and seeing us and make sure that they're entertained.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good way to surmise it, I guess.
Yeah. How did it feel when you first realized you'd become a generational band?
I think I'm the person that always brings that up in interviews. It's funny that you ask me. We're like Kiss, apparently. I think I said that as in some interview, and I paid for it dearly. When I said that, what I really meant was that we toured with those guys,
Mm.
and that was the first time we'd ever toured with a band that people had kids on their shoulders, you know what I mean, in the Kiss makeup, you know what I mean? They brought their families with them, and it was that cross generational. So when I was saying I didn't think we were Kiss, you know what I mean? Because we'll never be that amazing and huge and incredible as those guys. It was more the flavor that you see out there in the crowd. So yeah, I mean, to answer your question, I think it's great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How lucky are we? I'm lucky, I say it again, to get this far through a career playing music where we can call ourselves or think of ourselves in that way,
Awesome.
blessed.
It's so good. Now, new music, there was a big break between Black Rabbits and in 2012 and whatever last year. In
Yeah.
those 12 years, firstly, what took so long and what helped shape the album that it became?
I think we were done by 2012. The band had been a full-time proposition, making it in Australia, trying to break it in America, like signing with, Universal, re-signing extra deals to do more albums. It had become a little bit relentless and it wasn't as fun. And I think that the crowds had started to go, we've moved on. It was that period of time in those kind of like 2012, 2013s where things had changed. The outlook had changed in the music industry, and we were kind of getting left behind.
Mm.
These things happen, you know what I mean? And we didn't have that same kind of passion, I guess, like that we probably had previously. If we were going to go and make another album, we may have just been going through the motions,
Yeah, right. Okay.
And so we decided to have a break, and we had a break until 2017, where we kind of came back and we thought, well, it's the 20th anniversary of Guide to Better Living. People seem to be doing these anniversary tours. Why
Yeah.
don't we give that a go? Why don't we give that a go?
And here we
And
are.
it was a really successful tour, and we really enjoyed being back together as a band and playing with each other and just being part of the unit that is Grinspoon. You know what I mean? We're like a club, same four guys, a lot of the same crew that we've had since the very beginning, who are part of our family, same manager that we've had since almost the very beginning, same agent, same record company.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's
Well,
amazing.
awesome, man. Now, does that mean though we can expect more sooner rather than later, or are we due for an album in like 2036?
2036 sounds good.
Okay,
It
cool. All
would,
right.
yeah, what could we call it? Like, Escape from the Nursing Home, part one and part two, far out. Yeah, I think we really enjoyed doing new music. You know what I mean? We really did. And I think that if Universal will come to the party and help us do another album,
Mhm.
we probably won't wait as long. It'll be really based on the material, you know what I mean? And if we really had something to say and we thought really deserved to be out there, then we definitely do it. But yeah, at the moment we're just kind of still figuring out where we kind of sit in the landscape and what we can afford to do and what are good things to do.
Yep.
Because we only want to go out there and really entertain people, you know what I mean? If people have stopped being entertained, then there's no point in us trying.
100%. Now, I know we've talked about this before, the elusive number one album. It's one of your predictions that you had in the number of years ago we talked about. We will get there one day because I
Yeah,
voted for you in the ARIAs for the album for the best rock and it didn't win that one, which is unfortunate.
I know. And you know what? In the room, it felt like most people had.
Yep. So I don't know what happened there, but you have
No.
to keep making albums till we get that number one, man. That's the rule.
Yeah, Okay. All
Yeah.
right. We're
All
gonna
right.
have to.
So if we're
Yeah.
going to
Okay.
champion that, we're going to do
Yeah.
it.
Let's reconvene this idea in maybe 2 years' time and see how we're looking for a number one record.
Done. We'll have a
We
chat
could, we
now.
could we could do that. We could do that thing, like Rage Against the Machine did about that number. The Christmas number one.
Yeah.
Like let's make Grinspoon great again. You can't really say that, but I'm going to say it.
Know what you're saying. Now, it is quite rare after 30 years for a band to be all the same four guys. Like, what do you put that longevity down to?
I think we're too afraid to sack anyone, really.
Like, fair enough. Yeah, Phil.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to get rid of him. We're not going to get rid of me. So it leaves the other two guys. Watch this space.
Oh no,
No,
awkward.
no, man, we're good. We're all good mates, and we
Yeah.
just, if there's too much water on the bridge, I mean, what would be the point of
Yeah.
sacking someone now? You know what I mean? We know everyone's personalities intricately. We know how their role within the band and within the kind of the makeup of everything. Yeah, it would be bizarre to sack anyone at this point in time.
It
Yeah,
just makes the sound as well. It just makes the band, like you
it
lose a
does.
member sometimes, regardless of who it is, it changes it.
Exactly. So you don't no change. We fear change in
We fear
Grinspoon.
change. That's the name of the new album. Now let's go back. If you could go back 30 years and tell a younger Pat a piece of advice, what would it be?
Oh, wow. Um, Gee whiz. I mean, there's so much life advice I could give myself. As far as the band goes, or anything in life, I would say probably don't spend your money on that. Spend it on something else.
But on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good piece of advice. We'll stick with that one.
Yeah.
Now, do you have a memory
Yeah.
that stands out at a be all and end all of your entire career that stands out? You still think about to this day?
Wow. Well, there's obviously like our breakthrough concert, which was Livid 1997.
Oh, wow.
I think, the band semi-imploding after a 6-month tour of America and New Zealand at the Big Air contest in Wanaka. That's another one. I think, even releasing a new record after, 12, 13 years is I think is another great achievement for something we weren't sure if we were going to do. I mean, there are so many. I mean, the biggest show we ever played was we did a radio show in Minneapolis, and I think there was like 120,000 people there. This is the days in America where they used to do these radio shows, which were like the bands would play for free in lieu of getting played on these radio stations. We did one with Lemon, with Motorhead and Cake and Offspring. And
Jeez.
yeah, funny enough, Motorhead headlined. I don't know why. I just think no one else wanted to. And Lemmy got up there and he was like, "All right, how many of you people have bought our new album?" And then, the crowd went, "Wow!" The crowd went wild. He goes, "You're all a bunch of fucking liars." So that was a great moment.
What a legend. Oh, he's missed. That's so good. Now, legacy is a thing to be considered. 30 years is a legacy, but many years left in the band. How do you want Grinspoon to be remembered?
As a band that worked hard and didn't give up when things got hard. We were kind of relentless in our pursuit of doing what we wanted to do the way we wanted to do it, and and hopefully that kind of legacy of people's children enjoying our music and maybe their children will enjoy our music too, and will become part of Oz music vernacular, which I feel like we're on our way to becoming. Which is a crazy thought.
No, it's a great thought. Now, we do this all the time. We're going to end with a prediction. So finish this sentence for me. By the end of 2025, Grinspoon will
have completed their 30th anniversary tour.
Just there.
Start writing for a new record.
Okay, that's better. All right, there we go.
Yeah.
Thanks again for your time, man. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. We'll make it less time between chats next time.
Definitely, man. Thanks for your support. I appreciate it, brother.
No worries. I'll see you in Manly.
See you in Manly.
See you, buddy. Have a good one.
See you, mate. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for checking out our interview with Pat from Grinspoon. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and check out maytherockbewithyou.com for all the news, all the interviews, everything else.